Welcome back to Alpine Garage Sports, folks. Today, on today's show, we're going to be talking about the game tomorrow, as far as the new experiences that CU is offering actually for the entire season, most of the season, actually. We're going to talk about that today, and there's a lot. New fan experiences, new upgrades. We're going to go through all of that on today's Alpine Garage Sports. Hang out. So, now most of you have been here for at least 2 years, right? So a lot of you have been here for 40 years. And the experiences that have gone on, I should say the fan experience, the game day experience that's gone on in the last 2 years has been nothing like what's happened ever, really. Even back in the glory days of Colorado, technology wasn't near as good, obviously. So we didn't have a lot of the interactive that we have now with the CU football team. And since Coach Prime's come, we've received, almost daily updates on the team. We've gotten inside views of the team, which gets us closer to our team and more knowledgeable about our team than just about any other fan base. Which makes us extremely dangerous, by the way, Georgia Tech. I want to make sure you know that. But Coach Prime came in and things changed without Coach Prime really having to do a lot. He just kind of brought it with him, which was all the fanfare that we have going on. We started getting college game day on campus, and then we got Fox Big Noon Kickoff on campus several times. And I've covered that, and there's tons of videos in there, tons of lives where I spent more than I think one time I spent 19 hours on campus going through all of the things that were happening on campus. All of the pre-shows and the other shows, and going back and forth between the shows and the tailgates, and it's just been epic. So you have that. You have the huge media board that went in, which is a big change last year, and was awesome. Just completely different than any experience that we've had from that standpoint in the stadium up until that point. And then the expanded black and gold game. And I'm going to say expanded because up until Coach Prime got here, the black and gold game was just basically a scrimmage that, a lot of people, that students went to and some fans went to, but it wasn't anything like what's happening now. So we have a lot of things going on, including this year we have the new turf, right? So that's going to be an exciting addition. But I wanted to bring you this article. Let me pop this up on the screen here from cubuffs.com. And I put the link in the description so you can go and read it yourself. But I'm going to do just a quick go through on this real quick so you can kind of get an idea. There are tons of things coming up, guys. So first off, we're looking at, there's going to be a drone show, actually 2 drone shows this year. One on September the 27th. No, I'm tucked that back. It's just one drone show. September 27th versus BYU. So that'll be obviously a night game. And that's going to be pretty neat. If you've never been to a drone show before, those are really, really nice. And I would love to see what they have up their sleeves for that when it comes to CU. I'm sure it's going to be epic. 2 military flyovers, one tomorrow night. And then we also have one versus Arizona as well. And that's a huge fan favorite. I mean, I think you see as many phones out, if not more phones out during those flyovers than you do during any other part of the game. Enhanced team field features, including cold sparks. So what are cold sparks? So I grabbed a picture of it here for you so you can kind of get an idea. But those are cold sparks. So it's like an indoor safe spark machine. And, I don't even know what that's going to look like, but it's going to be pretty interesting to say the least. And then the new video board, obviously, which we have seen before, and it's including some AI features of fans who enjoy the fan experience during the breaks, mobile parking for donor lot permits. And then, a couple of other things, new tailgate at Benson Field. Benson Field is just south of the stadium. You can actually kind of see where it is from the very south entrance of the stadium right there. It's only like literally a block or right around the corner from there. So it'll be easier for you to find. And then there are some pretty cool things. Now, one of these things that I'm going to be talking about here is the addition of the food there. They're adding a bunch of new food experiences. So the first thing I wanted to go through is 70% of our restaurant partners working with and around the stadium are minority and women owned. So that is an awesome call out right there. The new roundup purchase option, fans can round up their food and beverage to support CU student athlete scholarships. So obviously you can see a lot of these things in here are built around kind of the new media share that's going on with the student athletes at the University of Colorado and every university. And so the university is trying to expand its offerings in order to gain more income for these students, for these programs. And this is one of those things. So let's go over the food real quick. So Flavor of Tabasco is a new food truck that will be in the plaza. Okay, so that's right outside or right on the south side of the stadium there. New chicken salad sandwich concept in the southeast corner of the field house. Blackjack pizza, which has kind of been a staple there for a little bit. It's almost always at the tailgates out there on the south side of the stadium. That's our official pizza sponsor. We'll be selling in Gate 8 concessions. Frippers, a new restaurant partner that is located in Gate 11, selling gourmet hot dogs, chicken and veggie tamales, tamales are huge here in Colorado. So those are probably really awesome. We eat tamales, I think, once a week at this point. So we're a big tamale family. New tater tot concept with dill pickle tots and buffalo chicken tots will be at Gate 7. So that's going to be interesting. I love tots. I love dill pickle. So I'm going to try those. And then the new rideshare drop-off is going to be on Euclid and 18th. But let's go back to these new restaurants right here. So what we're going to do is since Colorado, let me downsize this just a little bit. So since Colorado is giving you new game day experiences, I'm going to give you new game day experiences also from Alpine Garage Sports. So obviously we are always there for the Buff Walk. That's kind of a staple of ours. I think the Buff Walk is probably one of my favorite pregame activities, and I never miss it. And so I'll be there for that as well. And then when we're in the stadium, we're going to get in a little early to the stadium, and we're actually going to try 2 of these restaurants a game until we get all of them done. And we're going to give you a review of that. And we're going to try to do it live if our signal is strong enough. So you can kind of get an idea of how popular those venues are. I mean, what's the line look like and what does the food taste like? So we're going to do that for you. So 2 per game until we exhaust them. And so I think the ones that I really want to try first is the Flavor of Tabasco. And I want to try the new tater tot concept with the dill pickle tots. So I want to try those 2. So those are the 2 that we're going to do tomorrow. And then let's go over to the next screen that I've got, which is going to be the upgrades. Now, if you haven't seen the upgrades yet, let me get rid of this real quick. Here we go. So the upgrades that they're doing, they started this a little bit last year. And I went to one of the upgrades, which was the tour of Champion Center, essentially is what it was. And on my live that I didn't do one in there because I couldn't get reception, but I did one afterwards. I talked about really the experience, and let's see if I can add this. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see what I can get done here. Let me get that out of here. So we went and toured the Champion Center, and that experience was pretty cool because they actually had Travis's trophy on display. Now, I don't know if that's going to be on display because the school gets a copy, and obviously Travis gets the original, I guess is what it is, or each one of them gets one. And they had that on display there, and we got our pictures with it, and we got to touch it and hold it. And I mean, they were pretty liberal with the way that we were able to interface with Travis's trophy. It doesn't say anything like that on there, so I'm not going to say that that's what it is, but we got to go into the meeting room that you guys see that they have all the CU benches or CU chairs in there. We went through the food halls. We went through basically every part of the Champion Center outside of actually going into Coach Prime's office. We went out onto the field. It was just a great experience. I think it lasted about 45 minutes, and the tour guides were just unbelievable. Like, they had tons of knowledge of CU. I learned some things on that trip. So I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but let's go through these upgrades real quick. So you're going to notice that when you go, the link is in the description. You go to the upgrades, And all of the upgrades that I can see right here for tomorrow's game are at least sold out. I think if you go onto the Facebook version of this, there's still a couple of things available, but I think most of them are sold out. Very successful thing for Colorado to do to help drive income for the sports programs. So let's go into Delaware, which is the next game. The day before game offers here are going to be the same thing that I was talking about before, which is the Champions Center and Folsom Field Tour. Get behind the scenes look at Folsom Field and the UC Health Champions Center. This tour includes the indoor practice facility, weight room, team meeting rooms, Champion Center rooftop, Thundershoot field entrance, and the newly renovated Legacy Hall. And the prices per person, that's $56. I'm going to tell you guys right now, $56 is nothing. If you're a fan of CU, if you're a fan of Coach Prime, that $56 is money well spent, because you get to put your hands on and your eyes on the entire facility that you see in all of the videos that Wolof Media does and CU puts out. And it makes it a very interactive experience. And it is worth every single penny. So as soon as that drops, grab it. It doesn't matter what game it is, because these are before the game, okay? You get to pick. It says morning, afternoon, and evening on here, and weekdays and weekends. I don't know that there's any weekend availability, but during the week, you can choose weekday and then choose morning, and it'll show you that primarily the offers are going to be in the evening at 4:30, at 5, and at 5:30 or something like that. In fact, let's go into that real quick. I'm going to go to weekday. I'm going to go into morning. I'm going to go by. And then we're going to see there that it's 4 p.m., 4:45, and 5:30. So I was close. So basically, after everybody gets out of the building, you can go in there. When we went in there, I've been in there several times, obviously, but this time I went on the tour so I could get a really good idea of exactly what was in the tour. And the coaches were still there, walking around, interfacing with the tour. It was pretty neat. You had some players in and out that were doing some training and stuff like that. So that was a really neat thing there. And then let's go back out of there and let's go to the game day experience. So these are game day experiences now. These are so cool. Look at this. So pregame photo on the 50-yard line was going to run you $420. I have not looked at this yet, but it says capture the ultimate Colorado football memory by stepping into our 50-yard line Folsom Field for a group photo. This game day experience will take place approximately 4 to 5.5 hours before kickoff and provide the opportunity up to 10 people on the field for a group photo taken by CU athletic photographer. So that's groups may not exceed 10 people. And it looks like the price goes from $83 to $420. So maybe $420 is for an entire group. Maybe $83 is for a single person. But you can click on that and find out. Then you have Walk the Buff Walk with CU football. This is pretty cool, guys. So I film this every single time, and you guys see it. Join the Colorado football team at the Buff Walk and make your way from the team buses to the Champion Center. Price listed is per person. No additional guests will be permitted. A CU staff member will meet you and escort you through the experience, and that is $160 for a lifetime experience of walking the Buff Walk with your heroes and supporting the football program, or I should say sports program. I don't know if that goes directly to the football program or if it goes to, the general sports fund, but looks like a lot of fun, and it's only $160, guys. I mean, that's cheaper than most game tickets, right? If it's loud because of the rain, I apologize. It doesn't rain that much here, folks, and it has rained like for the last 2 weeks. It has poured rain. I don't even want to go into the forecast for tomorrow, but it's pouring down rain right now. Thank goodness, because that means we're not going to have, or I should say the wildfires will stay away from this area at least. All right, so then the next one is watch pregame band show Ralphie run and the team entrance from the south end zone. So against Delaware, experience the energy of CU football game day from the field level. Take in the Golden Buffalo Marching Band pregame show in the south end zone. Then see Ralphie charge across the field as she leads the team in one of the most iconic entrances in football. So I don't know if they did this. I saw that it was available for this game coming up, but it had sold out. Obviously, Rafi's not running in this game. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but and I don't know how long it's going to be until Rafi runs again. But this will be something that will be a very at $211. This will be awesome. I think this would be great. You get down on the field level. This is my favorite $265 sports photographer experience. Shadow a member of the CU content team for a quarter of the game. So you're going to be out there for, at least 15 minutes. Learn from some of the best in the business to capture your own photos of the bus from field level. Purchasers are recommended to bring their own camera for best photography experience. Please note any content captured while on the field may not be shared on social media until the conclusion of the football game. So for $265, guys, this is unbelievable. I've got to do this one. And I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to do this one. I don't know what game I'm going to choose. It may be Delaware. I may go down. Who knows? Maybe I'll do it every game. Because, football, this is a dream for me that I get to do this show and just everything involved. I've got another little thing sitting right over there. That's a really exciting thing that I'm not going to talk about right now. I'm going to talk about it on tonight's live stream. But our family did something with the University of Colorado that's going to be emblazoned there on the Buff Walk, and it's going to be pretty cool. The next one for $110, sit in the PA booth for a quarter. So this is going to be neat. Get a bird's eye view of the game and a peek behind the curtain, joining the public address announcer, in stadium DJ and marketing director in the production booth. So this is it can exceed 4 people because it's obviously not a huge space. But for $110, that would be a lot of fun, right? And then let's see, they already sold out for the Delaware game of sit in the radio booth for the third quarter. So that's pretty neat. Get the best play-by-play commentary in college football as you join Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson and Coach Gary Barnett in the radio booth at Folsom Field. Wow. So you get Mark Johnson and Coach Barnett. That is, for those of you who are old school Colorado Buffs fans, this is definitely a treat. It says, what do you get there? Due to space constraints, group cannot exceed 2 people and no one under the age of 18 is permitted. Obviously, that is a very professional atmosphere, and so they want to keep it to people over 18. Watch the halftime band show from the PA booth is $83. Watch the halftime show is $191. Assist the CU marketing team and cheerleaders with the T-shirt toss. That's going to be pretty cool for $83, man. That's cheap. Get out there and help them throw some T-shirts. Let's see. Oh, it says, please note, for safety reasons, fans are not permitted to use the CO2 powered T-shirt cannons, but you get to be there for that. So that's pretty cool. $265. Help Chip lead the Buff clap, which is that's a very pinnacle part of our games. Obviously, you know that because you guys are all CU fans. So between the third and fourth quarter, we'll do the Buff clap. You can be out there and help them for $265. Experience fourth quarter for $316. Cheer on the Buffs football team from the south end zone level throughout the fourth quarter. So this would be a good game. This would be an awesome game for a game that you think might be a huge upset at home in the fourth quarter, and we actually pull off an upset, especially if it's a dramatic upset, and you may get to be the first one on the field for the rush. Who knows? So anyway, so that's what Colorado has added for like value added. And obviously some of these prices are kind of steep, like that last one, $316. That's going to be about, I don't know, a little bit more than double what most of the game tickets are right now that you can pick up on StubHub and that. But if you're only going to go to one game this year and you want to just let it ride, grab a ticket, grab one of these experience the fourth quarters, and you're still under $500 probably, right? For an experience of a lifetime. And remember that every single one of these offers that they give here are specifically built to help the CU athletic program. So you're doing, not only are you getting an experience of a lifetime, but you're helping your team. You're helping Coach Prime and the rest of the athletes for the football team. And who knows, maybe all of the other team, the women's lacrosse team and the alpine teams, the alpine ski teams that just won their, a national championship. You're going to be helping the athletic programs. And so that in itself is worth the price of admission. So I wanted to bring that stuff to you and see what you thought about it. If you're in the chat, let me know in the chat what you think about this. And we'll look at a few of our comments here. And people are talking about apparel and some things like that. So I don't have any comments to really put up here as far as this is concerned. But guys, check this stuff out. The links are in the description, right? So go down there, click on those links, go through those. If you guys could maybe purchase one of those, if it's within your wheelhouse to do that, please put a note in the comments and let me know if you've been on one of these. Okay, which most of these haven't even started yet, right? But if you've done the tour of Champion Center, and after this game, if you're watching this, put on there if you purchased one, if you're going to purchase one, which one you're going to purchase, what do you think is the best value, and give me some feedback on what you think Colorado, how Colorado's doing this, and also really anything else that you think Colorado could do to help drive income to the sports programs. That would be awesome. Let's drive some revenue. Let's get some ideas going. That's a wrap from Alpine Garage Sports. I really appreciate you guys showing up, and please subscribe. Check out all of our videos that are coming out here pretty soon. We have a game breakdown after the game. Tonight, we're going to have a live on the upcoming game against Georgia Tech. So subscribe for that content and more. We'll see you in the next video.